on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Stuff. I agree. It's cute. Go to the thrift store. Pay 50 cents for it. Don't go to jail for burglary.
A one-man crime spree came to an end this morning when he was arrested for burning down his mom's house. As Valley News Team's Joshua Pagero uncovered, he has a lengthy crime sheet, including a standoff with local police.
This is
Jack Wilson says he always has to call police for break-ins.
way up into that whole cubby hole up there.
His business at the Fargo Industrial Park ships recycled clothing and other items overseas.
Come on, folks. This is cute, but it ain't worth going to jail for.
The most recent theft was a little different.
So outside in this cold, they're digging through my trailers for basically 4 hours.
Wilson, using his Ring surveillance camera, warned the thieves that the cops were coming.
Hey, the cops are on the way. I got you on camera. You better get out of my trailer.
But they ignored it.
These guys got charged with burglary charges, and all they had that they're going to show for it was a pair of recycled T-shirts and I think a couple pairs of slacks.
26-year-old Tate Smith Nerling and 24-year-old Darcy Ellis were arrested for burglary. For Smith Nerling, this is one of several other accusations he faces, including setting his mom's house on fire. Firefighters removed most of the items that were inside that house. As you can see, it's all burned and charred. But before police arrested him Thursday morning, they suspected that he was the one who started this fire.
Not surprised, but yes, still surprised that anybody would cause a fire.
3 pets died in that fire, and neighbors say the smoke seeped into their homes.
Got up and looked out my window, and I could see the flames shooting out of the basement.
In 2017, Smith Nerling was in a standoff with police, and SWAT was called before he eventually surrendered.
The less I knew about that family, the better we liked it. They're just different.
Investigators say Smith Nerling has mental health issues, and he has threatened to kill himself, family, and friends. In Fargo, Joshua Pagero, Valley News Live.
For the standoff in 2017, Tate Smith Nerling was sentenced to 6 months behind bars after he pleaded guilty. There's so much outdoor activity right now. The weather isn't all that bad. While it could be warmer, at least temps are in or around the 30-degree mark, which is a treat of sorts, I guess. Let's find out from our Chief Ghoul about tonight's weather forecast. Hutch?
All right. Well, temperatures outside did reach the 40-degree mark here in Fargo and many across the Southern Valley as we look down from our Skycam network here in South Fargo. A few trick-or-treaters starting to head into the streets in search of, well, treats, of course. Here's a look at the hour-by-hour planner as we go through the 7 o'clock hour. Temperatures will dip into the mid-30s, but the wind, there's enough of it to make it feel like it's in the 20s. So bundle up, maybe even some gloves if you want to be out there for a prolonged amount of time. The wind does increase later tonight, and Hutch can't rule out a spotty flurry on your Halloween. Wadena, 32 there, 37 in Jamestown, 37 as well in Grand Forks this hour with a few flakes showing up on the radar. We'll have details on the rest of your forecast for this Halloween, and we'll look into the first day of November, Mike, here in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks. Today marks 3 years since anyone has seen Jeremy Jourdain. Jourdain went missing on Halloween night in 2016. He was 17 years old at the time. He was last seen in the area of 6th Street Southeast and Wood Avenue Southeast in Bemidji. Jourdain was last seen wearing a blue and gray hooded sweatshirt, blue jeans, and black and white Air Jordan shoes. That case is still active, so if you have any information on it, you are asked to call the Bemidji Police Department. The phone number is right at the bottom of your screen right now, 218-333-9111. Authorities in Carrington, North Dakota are warning people in that area about a high-risk sex offender that's moving there. 29-year-old Chris Peters will be living at 197 18th Avenue North in Carrington. He was convicted of having child pornography in 2017 and for sexually assaulting a 5-year-old girl in 2002. High-risk sex offenders are considered the most likely to commit another disturbing crime. These are tough times for farmers, made even worse when they're injured on the job. One farmer near Buffalo, North Dakota, expected to be okay after deputies say he got his foot stuck in a combine's auger this morning. The man was awake and alert when flown to the hospital by AirMed. Cass County Sheriff Jesse Johnner says farmers need to use caution as they race to get their crops off the field.
the harvest has been delayed a little bit, and people might be more in a hurry to get their crops off. We just want to make sure that people are paying attention to everything they're doing and slowing down when they're doing those activities.
The extent of the injuries are unknown at this time, and no name was released. The U.S. House of Representatives have voted to move forward with its formal impeachment inquiry into President Donald Trump. With a party line vote of 232 to 196, the House adopted the impeachment resolution that sets up the public phase of the inquiry. That means House members will continue their ongoing investigation into whether sufficient grounds exist for the House to exercise its constitutional power to impeach the president. Representatives Colin Peterson of Minnesota and Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey were the only two Democrats to vote against the resolution. North Dakota's lone representative, Republican Kelly Armstrong, voted against the resolution. Armstrong says he's against it, the process, and he opposes impeaching the president. U.S. Senator Kevin Cramer of North Dakota, while not voting, also condemned the resolution.
The very unfortunate thing about all of this is that it has changed the bar for impeachment. To near as I can tell is, if you don't like the president that was just elected, we can impeach him. That was evident from the very first day, not just the day he was sworn in, but even prior to that.
Today's vote doesn't formally impeach President Trump. It starts the formal process. It's just the fourth time in American history that this has happened. If you're up early on Sunday morning, turn on the TV at 6:30 and watch Full Court Press with Greta Van Susteren. This week, the show features an interview with House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy.
For a quid pro quo, one party would have to do something for the other party's action. None of that had taken place. And the only reason I'm bringing this up, because Adam Schiff lied to the American public and said that was the case.
Full Court Press airs at 6:30 Sunday morning on KVLY. And this reminder, join us this Saturday for the Farmers Union Insurance Bison Football pregame show. Coverage of that begins at 4 o'clock. Kickoff of the game follows at 5 between the Bison and the Penguins. You can watch the game on ESPN+. Later on Valley News Live at 6, we're going to be going live to a local neighborhood to watch a little trick-or-treating.
Temperatures a little on the spooky side as we head into the evening hours tonight. So be careful out there as the ghosts and goblins begin to make and take to the streets. All details on how the first day of November fares coming up right after this.